everybody, I'm Nicole Hoff, and I'm one of the elementary art teachers at Vicenza Elementary School. So I was approached last week about making some videos for our training day, showing how I integrate technology, maybe something about my methodology, and some example lessons. And I thought, sure, I use Photoshop with my elementary students, and I use my smartboard every single day. I use a lot of other digital resources when I'm planning, so I'm happy to share if that would help someone else. And then I started to panic, because not only is this sort of a short suspense to get something put together, I also thought, how do I differentiate for people that have been using Photoshop for years and have lots of experience, and for people that are still novice? And then I also was a little self-conscious in realizing that even though I use Photoshop and things, I'm still really old school. I want my kids to be cutting and gluing and pasting and getting their hands to get, getting their hands dirty. And I wanted to make sure I could project an accurate portrayal of the balance I create between new school and old school in my classroom. And then the real self-doubt set in as I was thinking, do I really want to put myself out there to be judged by my colleagues? It's not like my lessons or methodology are perfect. I'm always learning, always trying to improve. And I've never made a training video before. I don't even have a proper video camera. And the only video editing software I've ever used is iMovie, and I don't have a Mac. And most importantly, I'm new to Schoology, so even if I do make a good video, I have no idea how to upload it. So these were all the stumbling blocks that I was facing, and I realized that this is the essence of the problem with technology training. No one is a master at all things tech. And if you are, please email me, because I have about 1 million questions for you. But in all seriousness, none of us are masters. We're all good at a couple things and then totally novice at other things. And we're all on a technology journey. And there's gaps in our knowledge. There's a lot of things I don't know, but other things I'm really comfortable with and proud of. And so I know I'm not alone in this weird balance of mastery of some things and naivety to others. So just yesterday I realized, as I was helping a colleague, that there was she was struggling with being able to save things and use her Common Drive. She was saving things onto her desktop, and she wasn't familiar with which place to save things. And she uses her smartboard all the time. She has her own Weebly page, which I know nothing about. She's totally tech savvy, but she needed help with that little nugget of knowledge. And so we all have things that we can share with each other, and we can learn from each other. And it's hard to anticipate where those gaps of knowledge are. And so I couldn't really make just like a quick fix video for that, because one, I don't know it all, and two, I don't know what people need. But instead I decided it might be more helpful if I simply made a video that shares my technology journey, and sort of shows how I use it, and hope that that somehow resonates with someone and maybe hopefully inspires you to continue pushing forward with your technology journey. So yesterday I took a selfie video for the very first time on my regular classroom camera using no mic or editing software, just like this video. And then I opened up Schoology, putted around, and tried to figure out how to upload it. It didn't work. So I came to school today and found out that it was too big of a file to upload to Schoology, and that the better place to do was better thing to do would be to upload it to YouTube. Well, I've never uploaded a video to YouTube. I use them all the time, but I've never put my own there. So I searched YouTube for a video about how to upload a YouTube video, and sure enough, I learned how to do it. And as far as I can tell, it worked. And if you're viewing this right now, sure enough, it did work. But that's a perfect example of how we pick up technology in little bits and pieces. If you just go to a training all day and learn how to use YouTube or how to use Schoology, chances are you're not going to absorb all the bits and pieces, because it's not real, it's not relevant, it's not something you're doing. It's the same as teaching in the classroom. We have to make it real, we have to make it relevant. So here's my personal thoughts on the Photoshop training day. Not necessarily endorsed by Dodia, just my thoughts on it. Before you dive into learning a bunch of new software today, I implore you to take a moment to evaluate where you are in your technology journey, and then challenge yourself to make some baby steps in filling in the gaps of your knowledge by reaching out to your colleagues. We have an amazing group of educators and dogs. I am humbled by your talents, your creativity, your expertise, and let's not only use this day to connect, but also to help others grow as educators, and let's use this platform of Schoology to continue to share our resources and support each other. So in the spirit of that, I am putting myself out there by making a couple videos to share some quick tips that I think things that I think make me a better teacher. The first video that I made yesterday was just a short tour of my classroom. I made a folder for show and tell, where you can also share a video or photos of your classroom. Now, if they're small files, you can upload it directly to Schoology. If they're bigger videos, you'll have to upload it to YouTube and then connect it over to Schoology with a link, which again, I just learned how to do today. It's much simpler than it sounds. But so share your space, do a little show and tell. Let's get to know each other that way. And then also, we're using Schoology in a meaningful way to communicate. In my next couple videos, which I haven't even made yet, let's see how they turn out, I hope to highlight a couple things. How I plan a cross-curricular unit, how I use Pinterest, YouTube, Google Images to find resources. Those are my best tools, and if you're not using them, you should be. Even I can do it, so you can do that too. And if you're listening to this video thinking, oh, these are so obvious, I've been doing this for years, you can ignore my other videos and you can make your own videos. So that's my hope. I also have some, fun teacher tricks like my classroom management plan. I use art as part of that, like a call and response thing. So I have just a couple things that have been good for my classroom. Whether it is for yours or not is totally up to you. I'm so not trying to tell anyone how to teach but I have some things that I think make my teaching better, and so I wanted to share those things. And really, my ulterior motive in this is that I'm hoping you all will make videos, or upload photos, or share your lesson plans, or whatever it is that you feel is your favorite stuff that you're willing to share, so that we can use Schoology to really learn and grow from each other. So, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me via Schoology, or just send me an email straight to my Dodds email. My name again is Nicole Hoff, so it's nicole.hoff, Nicole.hoff @eu.dodia.edu. Thanks so much.